I don't feel the services listen to us as a family. I think the only person, legally, they have their human rights, which is fine. Obviously, the patient, everyone's got their human rights, and that's all we were ever told. Well, he has these human rights, and obviously he's allowed to put in for an appeal. But when we're saying this isn't normal behaviour, we fear that if you release him, not only could he be a danger to himself, but maybe others. They don't care about that. They're not listening to that. I think there maybe needs a law change slightly to do with the human rights. Everyone's allowed them, but just to hear our human rights, because then the doctors were quick to release them out back into our care, but we can't cope because we don't know what to do with him. We can't sit there and give him medication and prescribe it. We can't force him to take it. And the doctors do not listen to the family. The families are the one that knows them, especially when a family cares and obviously is there for it all the way. They're not listening. They don't care. They literally say it doesn't matter. We found him to be X, Y and Z. We're going to let him go. But how can you? We're saying, how can you? Because he's not. He's said this, he's done that. It's just not right. And that side of things really needs to be heard. The family need to be, their thoughts need to be taken on board and need to be listened to. And for them to maybe then say, we can action it, we'll put it into place, and maybe we'll take a little bit more time to look at that person.
The carer is the one that knows more than the professional. So it's important for the carer to speak to the professional people, whatever the patient may say. And if there is a problem with that type of thing, I mean, the carer can talk. I know there's the confidentiality problem, but the GP or the whoever you're talking to, psychiatrist, they don't have to comment on the patient's illness, but they can listen to what the carer's saying. So if ever I've needed to do that, I arrange a meeting and I say, I preempt them because I know they're going to say, oh, confidentiality. So I say, right, I know about the ethics of the confidentiality, but I'm going to talk to you and you haven't got to answer, but you can listen to me. And that way I've made the people that mattered at that particular time know exactly what's going on. And that really is important, that carers know that they can do that. They can say, you haven't got to answer, so you haven't even got to speak, but you listen to me, because I know, because I'm there 24/7.
Totally, I've been kept out in the cold, and we can't tell you this, that, because he has told us not to. We can't tell you this or that, for whatever reasons. But then they're quite happy to release him and release him home to me, which I've never understood the logic in any of it. But at the point of him being sectioned, taken to hospital, I've just been, the door has been shut on me. It would, you know, I do realise that there is, you know, human rights and confidentiality that has to be taken into, you know, play. But yeah, it would just be lovely for them to have thought, hang on, she's a human, she needs to know what's happening, and include me.